Episode.
Here it comes, Masturbation the Podcast, coming at you real hard, real fast. That's how I do it. Whoa! Okay, that was terrible.
What is my life?
It's actually stop that. God.
One.
This is the worst idea we've ever
Welcome to the
potentially
podcast.
had. Yeah.
Episode 1.
What personality are you putting on? Like, are you like, I'm Hulk Hogan and I'm Sean and I'm
Is this a bit you're doing?
No, it's not a bit. It's just my life.
My whole life.
My whole life's a bit. My whole life is an unfunny
You all signed up for it. That was your first mistake.
bit. Yep. It's an
Second mistake was not just put me out of my misery. Just put me in the middle of the street, take me down with the Baja, it's good to go.
Oh.
Run me down with a Baja town.
Fucking Baja.
Take me down to the Baja City.
Is that why it's called Baja Blast?
That's the only crossover they ever
It's
had.
called Baja Blast.
Oh, yeah.
That is a
'Cause it's what it does to your-
little-known
Personally
sequel
experienced the Baja
That's what it does
Blast.
to your sugar.
That's a
Intake,
little-known
like
sequel
your
to a
blood
Brendan
sugar.
Fraser movie.
Oh.
Blast from the Past. It's Baja Blast to the Past 2.
I don't,
Electric Boogaloo.
I don't think
always
so.
electric.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, that's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he's not an actor.
No.
It's like a failure to launch Blast from the Past mashup there.
I would watch.
They just ran into him on the street and they're, you know what, this guy's, he looks like a human. We can probably put him in like
They
tacos.
literally ran into him on the street driving a Baja.
Yeah, driving a bus.
And then at the aftermath, they were like,
he looks like a human now.
Yeah. He's actually not a terrible
What were you
actor.
saying
He's
about putting
could
him
be
in
a lot
a
worse.
We
tacos,
totally-
though? No.
Tacos Los Tacos?
He's taco meat?
Paying him in tacos.
Yeah.
Paying him in tacos.
I thought you
Oh,
said
you
putting
can-
him in tacos.
yeah,
now
I mean,
that we know he's human.
You could
Yeah.
do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very confused.
Soylent Fraser is people.
yeah.
Fraser.
For the first, actually, another little known fact about Brendan Fraser is for the first 10 years of his career, he only accepted payment
In tacos.
in the form of tacos.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a smart
Check
move.
it. You can
Yeah.
fact check it on IMDb.
They
Well, I
don't.
mean,
they don't exactly have like a
it's-
high return on investment, but like
Yeah, but it's
constant.
They're
You know,
not
it's
affected.
constant.
They're not
But it's a
affected
high
by
margin.
inflation.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a high margin of success. Is that like a Bill Maher action figure that looks like Han Solo?
No, it's just regular Han Solo.
Because from here it looks like fucking Bill Maher.
Oh, you dropped Bill Solo.
Bill Solo.
He's got a nail in the.
Oh, it's because he's old Han.
It's old Han.
It's actually a
old
Christmas
Han.
ornament.
It's a Christmas ornament. It's a new Star
Thanks,
Wars.
Disney.
That's dope.
Can we
as
even
fuck.
say Star Wars anymore now that Disney?
No, we can't.
We can say whatever the
Slap
fuck we
with a
want.
lock.
No.
No one can
we
say it.
say-
You can't.
We
say
can
it.
say whatever the hell we want as long as technically we're not like slandering them or.
So we
just
can't say
called him
anything.
It's a Bill Maher Han Solo. That's slander.
No, it's not. That's actually a compliment.
No.
Because
No.
Harrison Ford is his own.
But
Harrison
Embrace.
Ford.
Harrison Ford would beat Bill Maher in a fist fight.
Yes.
Well, we all know
That's
that.
true.
He beats him in any category.
Yeah, but
ever.
I'm just saying that.
But you can't.
This is just a statement. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not anything good or bad. It's
I
just
don't
a
know.
statement.
Laws.
From far away, it looked like fucking Bill Maher. all right?
That's us
Give me a
assuming
break.
that people are going to give a shit too.
So I'm wondering
No,
if our
and nobody
podcast
will. Yeah.
should be about.
It's just called the lawsuit.
It should be the
files.
lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
okay,
just
that's
talk
fine.
about.
How many-
We'll give law
how-
advice.
How many
Yeah.
fucking law advice?
break
we're
it
all
and you're fine.
lawyers.
We are all
we're
certified.
Certified. We all passed our bars.
CPAs.
I passed A bar.
CPAs.
We're all
Ba-dum-tsh.
certified P accountants. Whatever the P stands for in CPA.
Penis.
It's,
Property.
It's either penis or ass, depending on the
I
language.
think it's property.
Pretzels.
Yes, pretzels.
We're all certified.
Bar pretzel. We passed the bar
Certified
pretzel.
Prospector.
I went
Certified
to-
prospector apparatus.
I got a bar.
Prostate.
I got bar S hot dogs. So
Yeah.
that means I'm a lawyer.
I think the S stands
We
for
have a
sodium.
bar next to us in our living room.
So basically,
Yeah.
don't take legal
So
advice from
if
us.
we record
Oh,
on the
yeah,
bar,
I mean,
then
we're
we are
basically-
lawyers.
Unless you're on a lot of drugs, in
I
which
don't
case
think- I
we
don't
probably
think
have
we're-
better advice than you.
we
Like
can
a little
say
bit better.
we can say whatever
I
the
don't
hell
know.
we want, and nobody's going to do anything because we're not making any money.
No,
that's
we're
that's a
useless.
given.
We're
We're not
supporting
making
a
any
dumbass
money.
conversation.
I don't think
And-
we've ever made money ever.
Yeah, I don't
No.
even know what money is. I don't understand the concept.
What's a
of,
paycheck?
And
finances.
I just live on trains.
I just kind of wonder how
I give them
many-
away to homeless people so they have toilet paper.
how many
Yeah.
cease and desists we'll get.
5.
0 because we're non-consequential.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it non-consequential or inconsequential?
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, probably both.
I think, they're both
Either
words. I'm not sure.
They're
what
both
the difference
fancy.
is there.
So
I have education. Ugh.
I think that every episode should focus on one of the weird, funky things that you guys have in your fucking apartment.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
one.
Like, you have a fox with a birthday hat on.
Well, it's because we got a taxidermy fox, and I insisted that Jen get some birthday hats, so we had. It's
and
having
it's
a party.
next to, like,
It's his birthday
a
party.
weird ghost.
It's always his
that's a
birthday
dog
party.
toy.
Yeah, but we
I
like
got it at Big Lots.
Yeah.
Hashtag spons.
How about that? No, how about the pewter statue? It's actually a doctor giving a child a vaccine on its butt,
Well, we're actually
but
not
it looks
sure.
like he's gonna
Actually, not
do,
sure
do
about this
something.
one, but we just had to get it because he's got his pants pulled down.
It's coming.
Yo, what the
So
fuck?
something's happening
Yeah.
there.
It's got a name somewhere written on it, like some sort of description. I think it's on one of the sides.
Well, it's
pewter.
it's heritage pewter.
Yeah,
The doctor
like,
looks very
on
pleased
on one
to
of these
be
edges. I thought there was.
Yeah.
doing what he's
yeah.
doing.
Oh my god! It's literally called "Is This Necessary?"
Yeah.
You got a little boy dropping trout, and this old creepy little fucker like gonna stab him in the ass with a needle that looks like it's a stake for killing vampires.
Yeah, and his other hand is like right on his dick.
His
Like,
other
what the
hand is
fuck?
like right on his junk, and it's "Is this necessary?"
It should
Yeah,
be
so
titled.
look that up. What is it? It's heritage pewter. Is this
Creepy.
necessary? If you're one of like the one person that actually bothers to click on this and make it this far into it, look it up just so you know what we're talking about. This
Oh,
shit is fucking
We'll
weird.
also sell it to you at eBay.
Yeah,
if you want
for
it.
like
yeah,
$900.
Nine-
yeah. I'll give you a
$900.
good deal. Only $800 for you today.
I think
For
it
you,
should.
special
should
price.
be,
For
I think
you.
we should.
Fine. $700.
Okay, $1.
Okay, you can have it.
We should retitle it.
I'm the best at retail.
Kids scream until daddy stops.
Yeah, it's the most fucked up thing. But we
That was
found
the
it
most-
at a thrift store and we're like, this is amazingly weird.
That's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen on a sign before.
Oh, apparently they are worth $19.99
Oh, we got a
Plus
deal.
$10.55 shipping.
or
Damn.
$43.99 depending.
No, that's the boy on a rocking horse. Is the $43.99.
That's some creepy shit, though.
This is like some Norman Rockwell shit.
It is. They've got the
Yeah,
Norman
it's kind of that
Rockwell
vibe,
look,
but like with like more
but like,
pedophilia.
yeah, even more.
Yeah.
Even more.
Now with more pedophilia.
Yeah, Norman Rockwell now with more pedophilia.
Oh my
All
god!
right, Johnny, stand
America's
still.
sweetheart.
I hadn't really looked at that in depth. My god!
Pedophilia the Pewter Collection available at
Wow.
Hallmark only.
His mustache.
It comes with a complimentary mustache.
Yeah, yeah.
His mustache sticks out pretty fucking far.
Oh, he looks evil, man.
Dude, yeah, it's clearly
I
just.
mean,
It's
I think
Satan
that's
that's
the
gonna
deal.
rape a child.
But the
It's
thing
gross.
is this really a kid? Because this thing looks like a small man.
He
Look at
looks
his
like a burn
screen.
victim.
Look at his face. He's
No,
like
he looks like a
does look
he
like
looks
a
like a
burn victim.
small he looks like a small man.
Let me see. I want to see his face.
Look at
What
his
I would
face.
really want to know, who
His
puts
tongue's
that
even
on
sticking out.
their shelf? Like, ooh, I really
Look at-
need this last piece to
I think he
complete
had
my
a
pewter
stroke. His
collection.
right eye is just like, Dah!
It's actually
This is some really fucked
What are
up
they-
shit. I'm really happy we bought
nerve.
this.
It's a nerve.
We almost didn't,
Is
and then it was like,
does the
nah.
doctor have an oxygen tube in his nose?
No, that's
Oh.
his mustache.
Oh.
Oh, and he's got glasses. He's got like
He's
the
got
creepy
glasses,
Yeah.
like, tip of his nose.
Yeah, because he's
Well,
looking.
stick out just
He's
as far
like
as
his
the
hips are
mustache.
thrust forward, like in a very
Yeah.
provocative.
Yep.
Like, look, his heels are off the ground. Like he's
Oh,
ready.
He's
Yeah,
ready.
like
I mean,
he's poised.
Yeah.
And the kid's heel is off the ground too.
He's also
I'm
ready.
Not
He's
convinced.
ready.
I'm not convinced that's a child. I think it is a small man. If you look at his face, it looks
I mean,
not childlike.
It looks strokey.
Okay,
but
so look at
Oh,
his
that's
hair.
true. Okay, look
if,
at the.
if you look at his hair, he has a receding hairline.
Yeah.
I've
his-
always had one though.
His forehead is actually a 5 head. So
He's also.
Dude, stop describing me. Christ.
you have way more hair than I do, so I don't know what you're
Look at
fucking
that.
talking
Look
about.
at
The
that.
hairline.
It doesn't
I've
matter,
had that.
man.
I've had that since I was like
You've got like
born.
this beautiful mane.
I came out of the womb and they're like, you're going bald.
I know,
and then I'm
but,
like, ha I'm going to grow it.
Feel this beautiful mane. I don't have any fucking
All
hair.
knots and gross.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you look
That
at the
is- that's a-
height,
that's a
the
small
height
man.
difference, like if he's not, they're pretty close.
I'm thinking he's like a teenager.
I think he's an older.
No, I think he's a
like
small, old
16.
man. I think he's a small old man. He looks frail.
No, he looks like
they both look frail.
the weird kid from all those 80s movies. The 16 Candles.
Michael
and-
Anthony Hall.
Yes, that one.
Is that his name?
names of people who act and things.
Is that,
Sean?
is that his
The
name?
I don't
redhead.
know. I've never seen 16 Candles.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, but that's the.
I think I saw it, but I don't remember.
Same guy that was in the Dead Zone, Breakfast Club.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Animal
never seen
Fire?
The Breakfast
Is that
Club.
Yeah.
the same
Same-
shit?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think, yeah,
I
it's
don't know
all
if he's
it's all
in that.
trash,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean,
I thought all of those were the same movie except for the Dead Zone. So
They pretty much were. That was the point. Yeah.
Every John Hughes movie is the same movie.
They're like, okay, how can we make money? Let's just put the same script out 1,000 fucking times
with the same actors.
People are idiots. Don't keep buying this.
I mean, Wes Anderson does
It's the Disney method.
Yeah, but Wes Anderson does it well.
After the first one, they didn't even have to learn a new script.
No.
Well, I mean,
they're like, instead of doing scenes 1, 2, 3, we're gonna do 3,
4, 5, and
then
6,
1,
and then 1.
Yeah, and then we're gonna jump to 18.
Just to
fuck with people.
Just to throw.
Yeah, they'll say it's artsy. It's fine.
that's been mirrored with other things. I mean, like look at The Hangover.
Well, that's bad.
Or
those are just trash.
What's the guy who did Judd
thing-
Apatow? He uses a lot of the same people, but he does it right.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The first Hangover I didn't
Judd Apatow
despise. I was
usually
like, all right, I
delivers.
watched it. It's nothing to write home about, but I don't want to bother.
The first one was pretty
It was
funny.
fine,
I mean, it was
whatever.
For the time, it was like somewhat original. Like nobody had really taken it to that level.
Oh, the
Bouncing
first
your leg.
Hangover.
I'm sorry, dude. I
No,
can't
it's
help
fine.
it.
I know it's fine. I just thought
Why you gotta bring up my
flaws?
flaws? Why you gotta bring up my flaws?
Because it's so easy. I'm
on
kidding.
tape. I bounced my leg. All right, fuck off.
Space
That's why my marriage failed.
Oh, cool. We're going to the dark
John
place.
Hughes films are the staple
It was a good
of
segue.
Of why my marriage failed.
John Hughes is the reason that my marriage failed.
Fuck you.
I blame John Hughes.
That's fair.
I'm sure he's been blamed for a lot of things. So
Yeah, probably.
he probably made that pewter figurine.
I would agree. We are definitely going to have to hack and slash this.
Oh no, I think it's great. Just raw. It should just be called raw. Prime time
Eddie
raw.
Murphy raw. 2.5.
Party all the time. Party all the time.
WWE Raw.
We need some
is it-
some suits.
It's E now. It's not F because the pandas got pissed.
Right,
Whatever.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, but it's just because Eddie Murphy
don't-
had that
I like
stand.
No, I know. It's a good thing.
I like pandas. Pandas. Okay, can we should actually talk about pandas.
What about them?
They don't want to exist.
No, we're just trying really
We're
hard
helping
to save
them.
Yeah.
They're literally like,
They
kill
just
me now.
want to die.
It's the most nihilistic of the animals.
Yeah.
That's why Black Man
but-
leaves his corpse paint.
But they're cute and
It's not
fluffy.
King Diamond,
No.
and it's not what's his name.
Pandas.
It's because of pandas.
Would we do
'cause
the
they're
same
nihilists.
thing
Yeah.
for a vole? No, because
They're not cute.
it's not cute. But a fluffy
Well, yeah,
panda,
fuck
we're gonna
voles.
make them.
Let's just
You know,
get
I'm
that
actually
right out
I'm
there.
surprised that as a
Voles.
society we haven't gotten to the point where we have said, okay, we're going to save you pandas, but we're going to treat you like cows and use you for meat. Because they're the same color. Cows are also cute.
They would
And
try
they're
to...
stupid, and they would die.
It'd be a lot more money to maintain
A panda
the
farm.
forest
Panda farm? Yeah,
insemination,
panda farm.
Yeah.
Panda farm.
It's true. But we do it for dogs, too. You know, the
We
forced
don't use
insemination.
dogs for meat?
No, but we should. We're wasting all this time and money
Wasting all this
forcibly
dog meat.
inseminating dogs.
You are a horrible vegetarian.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no line. It's
No,
just
there's-
like,
there should-
this one's kind of cute, but we'll eat it. And this one's really
Well,
cute,
with-
so we won't
yeah,
eat
I
it.
mean,
But
with
this
dogs,
one's
what is
like...
it? Is it
it's all a societal.
French
Yeah.
bulldogs? They don't.
No, French bulldogs are adorable, but they're not natural.
They're not natural, but also they won't
They'll die.
breed
They will
themselves,
die.
right? Like you have to.
Yeah.
I might
That's
be
'cause-
wrong in that.
No, that's correct.
There's certain
Because they know that they shouldn't
They
bring
shouldn't
any more
exist.
into their life.
Right? They're like, yeah, fuck
They're
it.
like, I'm a mistake.
But pandas
They
just
want
want to die,
nature to
and we
run its
won't
course, and
let
humanity
them.
won't let it.
They're out, and they probably have just like a panda planet that they just want to go to. They
yeah.
just want to
Panda
go
planet.
home.
They're
and-
actually the top species, and they're kind of like, it's like how Xenu is a thing, you know?
They force us to fuck.
It's like
Yeah.
that
Their
Nicolas
planet.
Cage movie.
like, just let our-
Wicker Man?
Knowing?
Oh, no.
It's like that Nicolas Cage movie, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, it's
I don't
Battlefield Earth.
think
Except
that's
it was
accurate.
no, it was John
I was
Travolta.
going
Yeah.
to say, what the
Yeah,
fuck
I
are you
was
talking
gonna
about?
say.
That's all face off.
Yeah, Cages.
Yeah,
Face Off is great.
Face Off is actually a great segue between Nicolas Cage's career and John Travolta's career because they came together at this one pivotal point in both of their
That's
careers
true.
when they were both popular, and then after Face Off, Battlefield Earth, and then his
It's like
career
Bowie and
died.
Mercury.
And then Nicolas Cage.
He's also insane.
Nicolas Cage just started making pachinko commercials.
Yeah, but those are fucking
Those are
the
so
greatest
good.
thing
Like,
on
Jigger
the
commercials are
planet.
pretty sweet.
Well,
yeah.
right, but nobody in America has seen them.
Well, go look him up. Nicolas Cage,
all
Pachinko.
4
Get on
people
it.
in this room have seen them.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's
That's,
for
that's,
America.
just
that's
lied.
4 out of
Lied
4
to
people
our
in this room have seen
Audience
them.
of the one neckbeard in the basement. I'm kidding. Sorry, neckbeards.
Don't
Love you.
alienate our audience,
Yeah.
okay?
No.
Neckbeard.
Actually, yeah, if I could
I
grow a beard,
don't.
I'd be a neckbeard too. Sorry. I can't. I got a baby face.
You've got something happening.
Something.
Laziness and sadness.
It's a little hairs.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen? One at a time.
Oh my God, what's the name of that fucking movie that you gave us?
No, I was gonna
Blood
say
of the Beast.
Blood of the Beast. That's probably tied for number one with
Father's Day.
No,
Wrong.
Father's Day is
Bad.
fantastic. What are you talking about?
Bad opinion.
Traveling Man.
Opinion.
No, Traveling Man is also fantastic.
That is actually
That's
Opinions
terrible.
are
No,
okay.
But I'm talking movies with
Okay.
like a budget. I
Ian
can't remember.
first. Worst movie.
That one, Blood of the Beast,
Yep.
and Severed Ways.
Severed Ways.
Severed Ways.
Yeah,
the
The
that's
Viking
Viking
black
piece of
metal movie.
shit. Fucking garbage. Ugh, I wanted to like it. I threw it across the room.
Why was it bad?
What? Blood of the Beast, I don't
If
remember.
no, fuck that. If you haven't seen Severed Ways, which
Yeah.
nobody has,
Don't do it.
We have
in
a
about-
copy. We'll
in,
sell
a-
it
in
to you.
about 5 sentences,
Okay.
tell me why it's a bad fucking movie.
Like, condensed sentence? Okay.
Or
yeah.
5 points. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 bullet points.
1.1.
Black metal fanboy douchebags go to the New England woods to record a, quote, movie. Point 2, see point 1. No, I'm kidding. Point 2, they didn't have any real audio for the most part. They made up their own language, but they didn't really make a language. Instead, they just used clips of, I think it was Bergman films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just put random subtitles over it.
Which is Italian. But
But they
they're
did it
trying to
as if it
pass
was like
off.
Scandinavian language. It was
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Point 3, a guy eats a raw fish, shits in the woods, and you watch him shit. Now, I like gross, but really, man.
It's a bad shit. Too.
Like,
yeah,
it's not.
and
Point 4.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
It's a
whoa,
real
whoa.
Okay,
shit.
yeah.
Hold on, pause on the shit
Yeah.
here. For those who haven't seen the film, is it real defecation?
Yes, you literally watch
Yeah.
a guy pull his pants down and squirt food poisoning
it's blood-
raw
it's
fish
bloody.
shit
It's
in the middle of
it's
a field.
Bloody
It's bloody.
diarrhea poop.
And you know it's because of the fish.
And he
Because he
grunts.
really ate the fish.
He did. He really ate a raw fish.
Yeah, but that's just sushi.
No,
No,
he caught
out
a
of
fucking
the river.
fish out of the stream,
Still alive.
ate it,
Ripping its guts
and then
out.
shit.
You don't eat the bladder of a fish. Well, maybe you do. But like, there's
Point
stuff in there you
4.
shouldn't be
They
eating.
claim it to be black metal, and it's not. The most of the soundtrack was atrocious. They picked like a weird Judas Priest track, and like it was just not great. And one of the songs, it's
I
just
thought
like
they had
it's
some-
just him standing on top of a tall stump, headbanging with long hair for like 30 seconds of a song. It sucked. I don't have a 5th point. It was just shit. Revert back to shit. Point 3. That was a terrible movie.
Like the title cards.
I can deal with title cards. I've seen enough art house shit where title
Yeah,
cards
that's
don't
All
really
right,
bug me.
Jen, worst movie you've ever seen.
Well, I want to
Ever-
say Father's Day.
Ever fucking
But
seen.
I
It's
don't-
it's your opinion.
But I've wiped it out of my memory so much I don't think I can come up with 5 points. Except for the shitty acting and the I'm not a dad.
That's
That's great.
That's great.
It's good.
You both loved it. Oh,
Actually, I just read an article the other day about Father's Day and about how it's one of the best queer movies ever made. It was interesting.
I don't remember anything. I honestly, actually, I have wiped that movie from my brain, so it's not even a good one for me to pick because I don't even remember the plot except for
okay.
he kills
what else you
dads.
got? What else you got?
I don't know.
Uh,
I've seen so many bad movies.
Pick one. What's a movie you hated? One that you can think of off the top of your head that you were like, fuck this. I'm
Hot
out.
Rod. I fucking hated Hot Rod. I'm gonna piss off everyone in this room right now.
It's classic.
Give me,
I like Andy
Give-
Sandberg, but I
Quick,
hated
quick,
that
sorry.
movie.
Hold on. Give me
Trash.
give me five
That guy from Eastbound and Down
reasons. 5 reasons.
You don't like him.
is all
Yeah.
5 reasons.
can't
I
remember his-
don't. I
love
don't
him.
like him.
Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Kenny Powers,
What's
yeah.
his fucking name?
uh,
Every time he comes on a screen, though, I'm like, holy shit. He's actually doing dramatic stuff now. Wasn't he just in the new Alien?
I
And
actually
by the
do
way,
want to see.
he was really
yeah.
fucking good
I
in
bet
that
he
movie.
was, 'cause he's
he
a
was
I
good
bet
really,
he was.
really
I would
fucking
like
good
to
in that
see
movie.
him in a movie
No,
like
playing
that.
that
I would like to,
character.
see him doing something else
Powell.
besides
Danny McBride.
Danny
McBride.
McBride. Thank
Okay,
you.
so
I'm sorry, Danny
so
McBride. You're
you
never
hated
good.
Hot Rod because of Danny McBride's
all five,
character.
all 5 points.
But is there anything else about that movie that you didn't like?
I'm not one like. We revisited Anchorman, like last week
2 weeks
or
ago or
so.
something, yeah.
I can't do comedy like that for the most part. I don't know why. It needs to be absurd
Yeah.
or it needs to be like really smart.
Although
but
you
it
did
can't
enjoy
be
Anchorman.
Counterpoint,
like the toilet kind of humor. I don't
is
know.
Hot Rod not absurd?
Not absurd enough.
Beans.
I'm talking like
Beans. Cool
No.
beans. Cool beans.
No.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
like
Cool.
Neon
Cool
Joe,
beans.
Werewolf Hunter,
Yep.
like Deep Cuts, Adult Swim. That,
All right.
Hilarious.
That level
Fair
of
enough.
absurd,
Fair enough.
yeah.
but I can't do that middle ground. I just can't. Although Anchorman does have a lot of strong points to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good
Fantastic.
people in that movie.
All right, Isaac.
It's actually a movie I just watched last week. It's one of the ones that I got in that guy's garage.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like it's
okay.
already a winner.
Yeah.
I got a
Dude,
movie in
dude-
this guy's garage.
No, he's got like 600 DVDs and like 1,000 CDs at any given time.
Interjecting for 1 second, after this, we're talking about Shrek 2. Okay.
Okay, so it's called 287th Hour, and
That's already a
Is
really...
it 147 hours times 2? He cuts off both arms?
No,
127.
Shit, yeah.
It's much worse. So it was only an hour long.
At least you don't waste that much time.
So is that
guess.
a bad thing?
No,
Okay.
I don't have an issue with the length.
That's a pro. The only pro.
So the plot on the back of the movie makes it sound like it's going to be like a kind of like a thriller slasher thing with this guy forcing people to stay up for 288 hours straight as like a science experiment.
I mean, to be fair, that's intriguing.
How long
Yeah,
can you
it's-
stay up
that's an-
before you...
that's
Kind
an-
of
that's
torture
an
porny, but not
intriguing-
really.
Well, no, but like,
yeah,
as somebody that has dealt with insomnia before and knows what that's like, that's actually kind of terrifying
Absolutely.
to think of actually
So,
being forced to stay awake that
I was
long.
kind of excited for it. It was a little indie thing. It looked like it was handmade, like whatever. So it opens with literally 4 minutes straight.
5 points.
Shut up. It opens with 4 minutes straight of just a close-up of a waterfall with bad word art credits. And then it cuts to...
Like, as in, give me a visual here, like a ransom note?
No.
Like they cut out letters
No,
of
no,
like bad word art?
like
or
word art, like
Microsoft
a PowerPoint
95?
presentation.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Windows 95.
and
DOS 3.0.
So it
Yeah.
starts with these two guys getting to this abandoned island, and they're walking. One of the guys is like the scientist or whatever, and the other guy is there to be part of the experiment. And they're walking, and the guy who's part
Are they
of the
talking or are they just
experiment-
walking? Give me a little
They're
bit.
talking a
Okay.
little bit here and there. And the guy who's part of the experiment is like, "Where the hell are we?" And then like the handheld camera like pans over, and it's like they accidentally caught a large group of people hanging out on a beach, and they just like immediately like quickly
Oh,
like
fuck.
turn around like, "Oh,
Oh,
shit!
no.
Oh shit! This is supposed to be an abandoned island."
We don't have
not
releases
not
for
Hampton
them.
Beach.
So
Right.
they're walking and they're talking, and that goes on for literally 25 minutes.
So you're halfway through the film, and you see a
Halfway through
waterfall
the film,
and a, quote, abandoned...
two guys
Okay.
walking and talking for 25 minutes.
Is the dialogue good?
No,
Okay.
atrocious.
Okay, because if the dialogue had
In
been
fact,
good, that would have been fine.
Some of the dialogue and the sets, like the set pieces, loop.
Okay. On a level of, like, let's say Tarantino to
Dialogue.
to like us.
Dialogue.
Worse than anything.
Wow.
Worse
Okay.
than
Off the
anything.
rails.
We're
Uh,
worse?
No, the
They're worse.
movie was worse than
Okay.
anything.
We're pretty bad.
Okay,
Um,
and that says something.
So that's
Yeah.
the first 25 minutes of the movie. And then it gets to this quick little set piece of them walking up to a guy who's tied to a chair and is accusing the scientist of torturing him. And then the scientist shoots the guy in the head. And the other guy
That
who had been
defeats the purpose
walking
of
with
the
the
experiment.
scientist like runs off into the woods.
Experiment over.
And then it cuts to the scientist arriving onto the island again with a woman, and it's another 25 minutes of them walking and talking.
Are you serious?
And then there's literally maybe a 30-second wrap-up with the woman like getting shot by the scientist, the other guy who had run off coming back and like trying to find help, and then he finds help, but it's the scientist, And then the movie ends.
What a twist.
What a twist.
It was an
Okay,
hour. It
was
was
it-
literally an hour of walking and talking.
I'm gonna ask.
It was
I'm
like
gonna
a
ask
third
politely.
of a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah,
Was it the wrong
Hobbit.
disc? Did you watch the wrong movie?
Oh no! It.
Oh,
it-
okay.
The
Because
credits and everything.
that seems pretty valid.
Yeah, no, the credits said, good 287th hour, and they were talking about the experiment, whatever. It
Oh,
was
how many hours was it?
287.
Okay, so I just googled how long you can sleep, how long you can live without sleep, and it shows a picture of Michael Jackson for some reason.
About 11 days.
About 11 days. Yeah, so Randy,
288 hours is
264 hours.
Okay.
Randy Gardner holds the record for the longest person to have ever voluntarily gone without sleep when he was 17 years old for a science fair project in 1965.
And then he went
All right.
fucking insane.
Right.
Yeah, then he turned into
yeah.
Michael Jackson. Apparently, I don't know why that
No,
picture's
that
on
makes
there.
Google's the best.
So yeah, that's the
Give
worst
us some
movie I've ever
money.
watched. Straight up, like hands down.
Yeah,
Alright.
that seems pretty bad.
Okay.
All right.
Sean,
Nails.
Nail. Yep.
fair.
Yeah.
I'm glad I
That's,
fell
that's all.
asleep.
That's all you
for
need
that
points.
one.
Just nails.
Fucking nails.
That's easy.
Was it Alec? Alexandre
Andre Iskanov.
Andre Iskanov.
Yeah.
His fucking tour de force of fucking nails. That is a piece of shit.
I ended up selling it. I'm kind of thinking about rebuying it.
Do not. It
Wait,
is-
there was another one from
awful.
him that we watched.
You're talking about
I didn't
Anatomy
watch
of a
Nails.
Knife. You're talking about
Philosophy
right?
of the Night.
Philosophy.
It's 4 hours
yeah,
long.
Fuck that. That guy is so fucking annoying. Like,
There was one that if you said I was going to punch you right in the neck. So I'm really happy you didn't.
oh yeah, what?
I'm not saying it.
No, tell me.
Because that'll open up this discussion.
Tell
about
me. Tell me. Say it.
Antichrist.
Antichrist. Okay. Yeah, that's number 2 on the list. Lars von
Oh,
Trier is a
no.
piece of shit.
I
You,
love that
sir,
movie.
Your
You
opinions are wrong.
You stand alone.
Now, hold on a second. I did not
I see what
give...
you did there.
I did not give...
Different-
I know.
Totally different direction.
That I did not give you any fucking shit about Hot Rod, and I love that movie, and I didn't give you a single fucking bad word, did I?
No.
I let you have your opinion.
I mean, this
Lars
is apples
von,
and oranges.
No,
Sure.
it is fucking not. My opinion is that Lars von Trier is a fucking hack. That is just that's
have
it.
you watched any other?
Antichrist is
All right,
fucking trash.
here we go, here we go.
I've seen Antichrist. I've seen Melancholia, which again I fucking hated that movie. Hated it.
Wrong.
Fucking hated
Your
it.
opinions are wrong.
I'm
This
trying
is
to,
America. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What are some of his other movies? I didn't watch
Europa?
Nymphomaniac.
Europa.
Nymphomaniac.
the
Brilliant.
TV.
I'm sure it wasn't.
You would hate Nymphomaniac.
Thank you. I would because
you
I
would.
hate
You would.
Lars von Trier.
I actually wasn't a huge fan
the
of.
Kingdom. It was a miniseries. That was fucking awesome.
Wait, now hold on. The Kingdom was a miniseries. What channel was that on? Was that on TV? Right?
It was in Denmark. Yeah, it's Danish.
Did they remake it for the U.S.?
Kingdom Hospital. Stephen King's Kingdom
Right.
Hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See, here's the thing.
That source material might be more interesting to you.
Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
You'd probably like the Kingdom.
I probably fucking wouldn't.
He did. Is it element of the crime? Elements of a crime? Elements of a crime.
Yeah.
That was wasn't that part of his Europa trilogy?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me tell you why
And then he did the
I
Depression
fucking
trilogy.
yeah. Let me tell you why I fucking hate Antichrist.
5
Because-
points.
5 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can keep it to 5 points. So okay, 5 points. Bloody ejaculate with a fucking dick getting hit with a hammer. That's right up there on the number 1. That's like
That was all right.
That was
why? Okay. So I get the general premise, and by the way, I'm not sticking to 5 points because I let him talk about
I know. Seriously,
288.
the rules don't apply
The
to
rule-
Isaac.
Yeah, no, they don't apply.
Yeah.
So the whole premise of the film is actually a good premise. Like
Okay.
I will give him that it's a good premise. Like, you've got these parents that are grieving with the loss of a child, and their own negligence is what caused the death of this child. That, and I mean, happenstance and luck and chance and fate and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Could it have been prevented? Maybe, yeah, probably if you'd been fucking paying attention instead of fucking each other in the shower.
It was on the bed when he died.
But it just the premise is good. The execution is fucking awful. It is a hodgepodge mess of bullshit that doesn't make any fucking sense, and I don't care how you try to explain it. what you're watching on the television makes no fucking sense.
It does.
The ending is fucking trash.
I mean, it's
garbage.
It's an art house film. It's not.
It is no. It's
not like
hack
your
bullshit.
Simple.
It's hack bullshit.
Can you pull anything good out of it?
Absolutely not.
Cinematography?
The Talking Fox.
Fuck that.
Fuck the talking fox,
talking
dude.
cinematography.
Talking Fox.
Okay, so
Talking cinematography.
Okay, so guess what? If I said the cinematography was good, if you go to IMDb
Yeah.
and check who the fucking cinematographer is, guess who it isn't? Lars von Trier.
I know, but he's the director, and
Doesn't fucking matter.
You're.
Talking Fox.
Talking
You're
fox.
you're allowed to have your opinions.
That's-
Just
that-
you
You're
stand alone.
allowed,
And
but
Dude,
they're
like-
wrong.
Like that movie was so bad. It was built. Like, I feel like it was. I watched the trailer for it.
It was billed like a
and
horror, and it wasn't.
It was billed.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
billed like a horror, and I was like, Antichrist horror. I'm into this. Like
Yeah.
it's got Willem Dafoe. I'm into this.
I
Like,
mean, it's got some
this is-
horrific stuff.
It has
sure.
some horrific stuff, but it's not a horror film. And I hate it when people try to bill something as something
it's
it
not.
isn't.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Because that's one of the reasons why I was disappointed in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I went into it expecting a fucking horror film, not a film about tragic loss and how to deal with grieving and all that stuff. And it makes sense to go out on a fucking trip and try and save your marriage and all this shit. What doesn't make sense is the army of ghosts at the end of the fucking movie. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Talking Fox.
Talking fox.
Those
doesn't make sense.
The first 15 minutes, though. I mean, that's
The
the
first
black
15
and white. Like that
minutes,
could be its own.
Like, yeah, that if that was a short film, I'd be like, all right, I dig it.
I mean, I was already super emotionally invested in that movie just from those first 15 minutes.
But the rest
Well,
of it
I mean,
didn't
yeah.
matter.
It-
It
it
didn't.
does matter.
It didn't.
Well, first off, and this is a reason why a lot of people said that it was misogynistic,
The
which it's
misogyny, yeah.
not.
I don't see it, but
Realistically, because it's just it would be unfair to categorize it as such.
Right.
The wife has a mental deficiency to some degree. Something either happened to her or something where things
her
aren't clicking.
Kid died
No.
before
no,
that,
no, because
if you think about that initial scene,
because he's also a psychiatrist, right?
right? But they're like having sex in the shower, and the kid is going out to the
Yeah.
window. Like it's been years since I've watched it, but I'm pretty sure they indicate that she knows
saw it
that
happen.
that's happening.
She watched the kid go towards the window,
and she doesn't
I'm not even talking about that because that was in the moment.
care, and she's like putting the wrong shoes on the kid's
That's
feet
what I
and
was
all
going to
this
say.
stuff. Like,
if you look at it when they go to the cabin, there's pictures of her with the kid, and the kid was wearing the shoes on the wrong feet. She was torturing the kid from birth.
from birth,
And she had all this torture manuscripts of how women and children and shit were treated up in the attic that Willem Dafoe discovers. She had a mental deficiency well before the death of the child.
yeah.
She was deranged and fucked up. And that's why, to some degree, there was almost like this almost feminist, in a way, attack, thus the bloody ejaculate and everything like that. There's
The circumcision,
and the female circumcision and whatever. Like, there's definitely some. It's subtle. It's not going to just straight up tell you that she's fucked up.
It's about William Dafoe's kind of realizing
how broken his wife really is, and he can't do anything
and he
about
can't
it.
do anything. It's a sad story.
Maybe have you seen it once? Did you watch it once?
Yeah, I would maybe try it again.
I have seen it probably 2 or 3 times.
Oh wow, okay.
And
If it doesn't hit,
if it doesn't hit, it doesn't
I
hit.
just-
That's how it is, man. You know?
I'm all for subtlety, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm all for that and trying to portray a message in kind of an unconventional way, but I just felt like it was presented in such a shit
Convoluted
pile,
for you?
convoluted shit pile that you would literally have to. I'm not saying you need to spoon feed me because we talked about Get Out and I watched that and I picked up on a lot of the subtleties in that
Right.
film. That film is actually pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot. There's some stuff in that movie that they don't just spoon feed you, right?
Right. No,
Oh, sure.
a lot of it.
So
yeah.
I'm not saying you got to spoon feed me, but I mean,
a little more exposition wouldn't hurt for you.
It's got to be a little cohesive, at least a little bit. I felt like it was just this disjointed, mess of a film.
I mean,
Wait, Get Out or
No.
okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
Antichrist. he didn't sell me on anything. Except for maybe the premise.
Okay.
I mean, I understand that. I mean, I guess,
And to some degree,
it's probably like a top 10 for me, so it's kind of hard to hear. But
I will always have a pretty strong hatred for his films.
yeah.
Well, he's not exactly the greatest.
I mean,
but,
he'll
like,
flat out like come out and be like, "Fuck you."
But
Yeah.
He's not a
I'm
good
genius.
he's not
Like,
a
no.
good person, but
And I wouldn't necessarily say he's a genius either. But
No, I wouldn't
No,
necessarily
he's
go
definitely
that
had
far.
some
No.
shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Epidemic was
was
bad.
terrible.
I did not like
It
that,
was
and I felt
so
really bad not liking
bad.
that because, like, I don't know, as somebody
I'm a
who
Lars von
likes
Trier
movies,
fan.
I feel like
am.
you're supposed to like Lars von Trier. Like,
He did Dogville. Did you see Dogville?
Dogville's good, but Dogville's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't see Dogville, but I did see a movie called Dogtooth.
I still need
That
to
was
see
supposed to be really
Dogtooth.
good. You were talking
I
about
was
that,
telling you
yeah.
about that.
Dogtown.
I've heard incredible
Dogtooth.
stuff about Dogtooth.
If you want to see a weird, disjointed pile of shit that is actually somewhat like enjoyable,
Watch Antichrist. Okay.
watch Dogtooth.
Yeah, I'll check it out. No, I haven't yet. Yeah, you would.
I keep on meaning to pick it up. It's the same guy who directed he did The Lobster, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
that new one with
yeah.
fucking who's in that?
I
Fucking,
need to watch
that,
that.
oh, you,
I'm
the
bad.
fucking
That
Irish,
guy
the
from
fucking
the-
Irish guy,
Yeah.
fucking leprechaun man, fucking
Yeah, the
cell
one
phone,
from In Bruges.
and fucking
Oh, and oh, that
fucking
one.
photo booth.
Colin.
Colin
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, he's in the new.
In Bruges is great. I fucking love that movie. It's fun as hell.
I actually like him as an actor. He's actually
Oh yeah, he's pretty hilarious.
He's cleaned up his act too, which is really
Yeah.
good.
Was
Because he
he-
had a family,
wait, was
he's
he
got
in
kids
Seven
and shit.
Psychopaths, or am I
Yeah,
totally- okay, yes,
that's
yeah,
great.
that movie's
Same director as
brilliant.
in Bruges too.
Yes.
That was fun.
And is Rockwell?
Sam
Norman
Rockwell?
Rockwell.
Not Norman Rockwell.
King of pedophilia.
Okay, so we did the movie thing. Great. Okay, that got a little serious for a second there. A little bit with the hot rod and the
Lighten
Antichrist.
it up a little bit.
You had to bring up Lars von Trier.
Yeah.
You instigated
You
it
definitely-
because you
that was on
knew
me.
he
That's
had
my
strong
bad.
opinions,
You
and
said-
you
did
also had strong
You
opinions.
set. You
I was trying to be confrontational,
Dude,
and then he wouldn't let me, and I had to
Yo,
chill it out a little bit.
You set the house on fire and watched it burn. That's
Yeah.
what you just did.
Yes,
Welcome
he
to
did.
what I do. That's my life.
She bangs. She bangs.
Oh my
What?
God.
No, fuck
Ooh,
you.
baby, when she moves. Oh,
Oh, let's talk about that.
No.
Fucking
no.
Disturbed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get on this one for a second.
No.
Sound of Silence.
I don't even
Classic,
think we should give
brilliant
that.
song.
It's been many months since
No,
that
but
happened.
it's still like
no,
a
it's
thing.
still
It's
current.
still a fucking thing. It won't die. You know, like a lot of bands, they write a song. It's oh my god, it's a hit song, yay, and then it dies like real quick. This one won't.
It
Like
will
I still
not
hear it
die.
constantly.
It won't because of Facebook.
Really? Is that like the whole?
Get
No, I
off
mean
of
it's just
everything.
one of those things where like it became big,
Yeah.
and once it became big enough that it was like getting shared around on Facebook. Think about how many billions of fucking users Facebook has, right? You share something around enough, it's just going to perpetually.
But they want awards for that shit.
It's
like
yeah, it's
other
just
shit
gonna-
wins awards and it doesn't keep going. Like
Well, it's because the cycle is just being perpetuated because people go, oh, I heard this, I like it. Oh, do you like it? Oh, I heard this, you like it? Oh, share.
well,
You
I
like
mean,
it?
it's like how
It's unique for people who don't like unique things. I'm sorry. Like it's like, ooh, I'm being like, ooh, this is different. I'm gonna share this on my
Oh,
wall.
this
Just
is-
like how I think I'm gonna,
Guys, this
save the children in Ghana by sharing this article. Like
right.
it's just so
That's
down.
true.
Like,
Which, by the way, we should save the children in
Oh.
Ghana. Like,
You're
I'm not
sharing the
against the
article
children
is
of
doing
Ghana.
the same thing as your hopes and prayers.
but nothing.
yeah. Shove your hopes and prayers.
And it's
up your
not.
ass.
I'm not even like I'm not a fan of the band in general.
Right, so that's
I'm
probably
not.
the
That's
start.
completely irrelevant. The song starts off solid. It starts off decent enough. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I'm not
They're-
really a Disturbed fan either. And the beginning of the song,
It's solid.
yeah,
they're doing a decent
yeah,
job.
I give it that.
But then he starts growling and the auto tune, and it just
What was the? We watched one
the
video.
live with
with-
the Conan live
Yeah,
one that we
it
did?
might have been Conan. What you
His dumb face. You just want to punch it.
No, he like starts tearing. Like you see the
Oh
one tear.
yeah.
Like
Like
the
that old
sound
commercial.
of silence. Cheer. Just
But yeah, it starts off fine. It starts off like
make the noise. Make the Mac.
you know,
a decent
make the
cover.
Mac garbage noise.
But you know what I think?
that to my ears.
Yeah. You know what I think is really funny though is like that song started getting huge, right? So
Yeah.
that cover started getting huge, and then all of a sudden, I heard another cover by another band of another huge song that is by a band that the other band shouldn't have covered them.
Wow, this is very vague. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
On the radio,
You got
'cause
it.
With bated breath.
so on the radio, because I'm one of the few people that still listens to the radio
Yeah, it
in
sucks.
their car. It's awful. I heard this song, and it was a Beatles song, and I was like, okay,
Which Beatles song?
Like I was like,
Well-
Beatles, all right, cool, Beatles. It was "Come Together."
Okay.
It's Aerosmith,
No,
Yeah.
but their cover's bad too.
yeah.
Aerosmith did the cover. It's originally the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you just had me really scared for a minute.
Wait, was
I
it Come
you
Together?
just-
No, Taxman. It's Taxman.
No.
No,
Come
No, it is
Together.
Come Together,
No,
yeah.
Aerosmith did do a "Come Together," but Beatles did it first, guys. Beatles did it first.
Yes, yeah.
Blatant.
No, it
Yep.
was Godsmack.
What?
Really?
Godsmack did a cover of "Come Together."
And
Now.
this is
Really?
recent?
Okay.
Yes.
Pulling it up.
I do not
I don't
want to
think you
hear
can play
that.
it on the.
They're another band that I just
You can't
can't.
play the audio on the
Oh.
I can't really
Or it'll
be.
get shut
I'm not
down.
into it, you know. But if they do a good job, that's fine. I've heard tons of covers
It
from bands
was,
that I'm not into, and I'm like,
it-
wow, they did a good job.
They didn't.
No,
They
I
did
mean-
it, they did it 5 years ago. Why is it suddenly getting radio?
The
play?
reason it's getting radio play
Disturbed
is
hit it.
because Disturbed hit it with the sound of silence.
So yeah, so
so now we got
So-
new metal bands
covers
covering
of-
classic rock or whatever
Yeah.
songs.
it's
Like,
just like I couldn't really believe what I was hearing. I was like, "This is really not good, guys."
Yeah.
Like, and that's
That
that's just my personal opinion.
that is something to
Like,
bank for later,
you know,
so I can put it on and make sure that I never listen to it again. Just once,
It's
one and
it's
done.
not.
I just need to hear those first few notes so I can change the station on the radio if
It's
I happen to have it
not.
on.
It's not great.
Ugh.
That's my personal opinion.
Then you're gonna no, just no. Shrek 2.
Okay, what's it actually called? It's Fungus and the Boogeyman.
Fungus the Boogeyman.
Fungus the Boogeyman.
That's what we should. We haven't watched.
Okay, we
it
didn't
yet.
realize we just got this at the same spot.
Yeah, hold on. Let's read
that
the back of it.
Isaac got that shitty 287th whatever fucking hour.
Yeah.
We didn't realize, and Jen got it. We thought this was like the Shrek knockoff.
Yeah, well,
you know what
I
mean?
jokingly said,
Said it was Shrek
it's
2.
Shrek 2. We're
Oh,
buying this because it's got this
yeah.
blob, kind of greenish blob.
Apparently, it's based on a children's series books.
It's
Or a
not.
series of
It's
children's
not
books.
animated.
A series
It's,
of children.
it's
Yeah.
live action.
Welcome to
Uh,
Boogiedom, one of the funniest, murkiest, and most unusually enchanting underground worlds ever created.
Okay, so the fucked up thing is, it's based on a series of children's books that Shrek was accused of ripping off.
Yeah, and this was a two-part like TV
And then they
special.
made the 2-part TV special after Shrek came out.
Yeah,
And they just did a new one a couple of years ago, 2015.
starring Brendan Fraser.
No.
Is he alive?
I don't know.
He hasn't
I
been in
think so.
anything in a long time.
No, he's probably
Little
you know,
Nicky.
The name of this
Wait, no,
episode
not
is
Little.
Brendan Fraser. Is he alive?
Yeah.
The new one,
No one cares.
is
I'm kidding.
narrated by Andy Serkis.
I don't know who that is.
What?
Gollum.
He played Gollum.
Gollum.
We were
Oh.
talking about him the other day. He plays
Okay.
Ian Dury.
Oh yeah,
Ian Dury.
in the
In the
Sex
biopic.
and drugs and rock and roll.
great.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's odd.
That's
So
a
odd.
weird
So
thing.
I'm excited.
are
I'm
they
pumped to
like-
put that in.
Are they boogers? Is that like the
No,
joke?
they're,
I mean, he
they're-
looks like
they're
a.
boogeymen.
He looks
They're-
like when you get like knockoff
he's
toys,
an ogre.
Yeah.
like at the dollar store. It's not
Wait, is
really
he legit
Shrek.
An ogre?
It's
Do they
like
call him
No,
that?
it's
he's a
Shek
boogeyman.
or something.
Okay.
He's a boogeyman.
He's a
It's
boogeyman.
Schneck.
Martin Clunes stars in it.
His name is
he's,
Schmegel
uh,
Boogeyman. I hope that's his name.
Schmank.
Dude, this is
Schmangle.
not. I'm telling you, this is not going to be.
Oh,
good.
it's gonna suck.
The main
It's made for TV.
the main human
Most
in
made
it
for
was
TV
the
things suck.
main actor in the TV series Doc Martin.
Is it British?
Yeah.
It looks okay. I was gonna say.
You know what?
Like, very
most British stuff doesn't look good. Like I've seen so many modern.
but it usually is.
It
But it
usually
usually
is. That's the
is.
thing.
Yeah.
I've seen so many like modern British TV shows, whether they be comedies or whatever, and they just don't look good. But they're amazing a
Yeah.
lot of the time. So
They focus more on the content than what it
yeah,
actually
exactly.
looks like.
Like why buy
like a
that
soap opera,
bazillion
but
dollar
if the
camera
writing's
when you
really
can just put
good.
the writing into it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picked that up. Maribito?
Got it.
Or yeah.
It stars
It's,
Shinya Sakamoto.
Yeah, from he directed Tetsuo, Isaac was telling me, which is
One of my
fucking
favorite
awesome.
directors.
I love Tetsuo.
Dude,
He's one of my favorite.
Have you ever seen
directors.
Tetsuo,
Haruka
Sean?
the Goblin.
It's only like an hour.
no, I
Vital.
can't.
Too much?
Yeah, like Tokyo Gore Police. Like
No, it's not even
no,
like.
no, I know, but it's that same
Oh, I
like
love Tokyo Gore.
like that
so.
same like just I can't even describe it. It just makes me uneasy. And
Well, yeah. It's,
I don't
yeah.
I don't mind like fucked up or like gore or horror or like whatever, but it for some reason that particular subgenre of like
just doesn't. It strikes you
like
weird.
the weird like
Yeah.
almost animatronic like growth things that
Yeah,
come out of
yeah.
people. Like it just I don't know.
I
it makes-
love shit like that.
makes
Body
me-
horror.
Oh, like
is my
Society.
favorite thing.
it just
Society.
We could just talk about Mel movies.
Mel movies.
it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like
I
being in a
love
room full of people.
them. I love them so much.
One of the things that I love, because Tetsuo doesn't do it as much as most, I will
Well,
say.
Yeah, but isn't it Tetsuo the Machine Man?
No,
The
the
Iron
Iron,
Man.
Man.
Iron Man.
But one
And
of
there was a
Isn't
sequel.
there a Tetsuo the Machine Man?
No,
there was a
Bullet Man.
Bullet Man is the third one
Yeah.
with the Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
The Nine
song.
Inch Nails. Now.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
A Twin Peaks.
It's a Twin Peaks thing.
No.
The newest episode of Twin Peaks had the Nine Inch
The
Nails
Nine Inch Nails.
play in it. The old timer who introduced them when they were playing live.
Oh, so it's kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
They're now the Nine Inch
No,
Nails.
there was Tetsuo the Iron Man, Tetsuo 2 Body Hammer, and then Tetsuo the Bullet Man.
Yeah. But the first, okay. Anyways, back to the first one. It's short, so it's not super painful. It doesn't have a ton of that body horror kind of styling. It's all black and white, very harshly lit and whatever. And the music is so. It's just this creepy
High contrast.
industrial, high contrast. It's almost like an hour-long
Music
video that's just
Like
barely any
industrial.
dialogue.
yeah. There's
kind
barely
of.
any dialogue.
It is a pretty uncomfortable.
It is
watch.
uncomfortable.
I remember
but
really I haven't seen it. I mean, oh my gosh, it was when we first
you
started
haven't seen
dating.
that
We
in
watched
probably
that.
9 years.
I watched it with
Yeah.
Greg and Asia.
I watched
2
that when I
years
was like
ago.
16.
It's so good. I love it.
Right around the same time, I watched like
I watch that anytime.
Irreversible.
I watched
and
it.
the
never.
sequels are pretty good too.
Yeah.
Gasper now. Just
Sequels are good.
uncomfortable things have always been my jam.
You know,
Yeah.
I keep seeing Enter the Void on like my on my. On
Yeah,
my,
I still haven't sat down and watched that. You have it on
It's on
Blu-ray.
my list.
dude.
Like it just keeps
Yeah.
popping up.
Yeah.
Like you might like this,
And you're like, I
And-
won't.
and I'm like, I probably would, but I'm not
Signing up
really
for it.
Signing up for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you gotta be in the right
Probably
mood.
Yeah.
won't.
No, I mean like okay, so
You've
I
seen
know
it quite a few times. Yeah.
I know roughly what it's about, and I know that there's some scenes in it that are pretty realistically graphic.
Yeah.
That's how he rolls, though.
But
Mm.
the scene that I think I'm talking about, that I think you know about, that I'm saying, if you can read my
Mhm.
mind,
Yeah. No.
was also it's been likened to how realistic in the movie Drive when
Oh, yeah.
in the elevator.
Interesting thing.
Ah.
Interesting
Oh,
thing in a
okay.
second.
Love,
I got this.
love that scene. Love that movie.
Gasper Noé did Irreversible,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there is a scene in it, and I don't know. You haven't seen that, I don't think.
No,
have you?
I
Okay.
haven't.
It's right in the first 5 minutes.
It's right in the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes. Anyone who's seen it knows
Yeah.
that scene. It's the head smashing.
Oh,
Smashing
that's
with
what
the-
I was.
with
See,
the fire.
so I was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Irreversible.
Oh.
See, so
Okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing about
There's
But
a
that-
reason.
okay.
There's a reason it's likened
That's
to
the
it.
same
because It's the
person.
same person
Who
did the
both
special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as that scene in Drive. Yeah.
Enter
Yeah.
the Void. I thought you were talking about there's a POV camera shot of a penis going into a vagina.
From which
Directly
way?
From vagina
From
POV.
inside the
Vagina.
Yeah, okay.
So you
Oh.
just see the.
It's not really
the tip
POV.
of the dick.
It's a VPOJ.
Well, it-
Yeah.
VPOV.
It's
It's a VPOV.
POV, penis of view.
Yeah.
Penis
No,
of
Vagina point of view. It's
P-
VPOV.
Yeah, it's
Oh, so you're looking out from the
Yeah.
vagina.
yeah, and you're getting this
it's
dick
coming
head.
in.
Yeah, just dick right at you. Yeah.
I mean, everybody's been
But
in a
you're
vagina
talking-
at one
there's-
point or the
You're
other.
talking in regards to the realistic stuff with Irreversible. There's a rape scene in that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Like,
that's-
see, and that's one thing I'm
That's
sorry. I
the most
can't-
uncomfortable
Static
thing.
single cam for
I
like
can't-
7 minutes.
I just can't. I can't do that. Like, I have no interest whatsoever.
I don't blame you. It's
in-
obviously not
in
comfortable.
wanting to sign up for that.
Yeah,
And
you
Like,
don't.
when I went
yeah.
and saw Fun Story, right? So I will say that until relatively recently, I wasn't super well versed in like the old school like horror and stuff like that. So a number of years back, when the Last House on the Left remake came out, I didn't know what I was signing up for.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I just knew it was a horror movie.
man.
Yeah.
It was an invasion film, you know?
Yeah.
Like, these
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
they
Did
come
you
in
watch
and-
the original?
I did watch the original
Yeesh.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
But I saw it in theaters. So I went to see this movie in theaters, and I was not
Didn't know what you
prepared.
had.
Prepared,
I was
right.
not prepared for one of the most realistic and uncomfortable rape scenes
Yeah.
that I've seen.
The thing is, Irreversible makes that look
I know,
like a fucking walk in the park.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
like at the time for me, like watching this on the big screen, like it was pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh,
single
Yeah.
shot,
Absolutely.
like it was brutal.
I mean, it's there to make you feel uncomfortable.
of course.
Right.
I didn't know
It's
that-
making a statement, and I understand why
Oh god.
those things are in movies, but sometimes, yeah, it just makes
Well,
it
and, like,
really hard.
It definitely in that movie, it definitely sets the tone for the retribution
Yeah.
that takes place.
Right.
Yeah.
And the retribution feels a lot more real
Right.
and a lot more
It has a there's
it
a
has
means
lot
to an
more
end
meaning
with
to
it.
it. It's not just
Yeah.
it's not just meaningless violence. Like
Yeah.
like no, you did this to me,
Yeah.
and now, or you
Yeah.
did this to my family,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
now we're gonna like.
Yeah.
I think that's
ruin you.
why I didn't enjoy after the fact watching a Serbian film, because it felt like a lot of that shock value in there was just to be
Yeah.
in
Right.
there. Like
and
it-
you said that they couldn't even explain themselves.
no, and we watched the
After
special
the
features
fact.
because we're like, okay, maybe
Yeah,
we're
we
just
watched,
not getting it. Like
40-minute
we're
interview
not
with the director.
we're not well versed in Serbian history. You know, maybe there is some metaphor here, but they didn't even really. They were just like,
They were just like, yeah, we made it to
Yeah.
be offensive.
yeah, we wanted to be offensive. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do, sure, but
Yeah.
like have
I mean, like,
depth to it. I don't.
I have no issue with watching offensive movies, but like you got to have at least some kind of depth to it.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know. I mean, like
I feel like to just make something uncomfortable for the sole purpose of being uncomfortable isn't really.
Well, there. I mean, I guess I don't know. There is something to be said about that too.
I mean, yeah, because it evokes a certain emotion, and
But
you know,
that in itself
but-
is the point.
But
like,
that doesn't. That I feel like that's not enough to make a movie stand on its own 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know
it
what I
works
mean?
in maybe like a short, like a 20-minute,
yeah,
you know,
short
like kind
film
of like what we
where-
did, like
where it just
because it
leaves
makes you feel uncomfortable,
it
but
hits
it's in
you like
short
a-
spurts.
Yeah, like
you
it
know?
hits you like a sack of bricks,
Yeah.
and then it's over.
I-
You know,
I
and then
think-
you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
I think one of the major issues I had with the Serbian film was the first 45 minutes was, it was well
was pretty
shot,
Beautiful
Yeah.
interesting
cinematography.
premise, like it was the first 45 minutes great, and then it just suddenly like
Fell apart at the seams?
fell apart and just became this schlocky, over the top thing
Oh,
that
with,
was
like, the,
there specifically to make you.
Offend.
What was it, like the bull
offended.
testosterone or something? They give him the shot,
Yeah.
and he
Like the-
becomes this like crazed thing running through the street.
Like the skull
That's so
fucking
dumb.
scene
yeah.
with the
Mhm.
gigantic
Stupid.
prosthetic dick.
That's
Like
just
it's
dumb.
not. It's
It's
not
no
shot well.
Purpose, yeah.
It has no purpose. There wasn't any.
it just fell off.
Yeah. It just.
It could have been something really great, but
Okay, honestly,
Anyway.
to me, it seems like it's like they shot the whole thing in an afternoon, which I know they didn't. 'Cause I can't even say that. But if you envision that they shot this entire thing in the afternoon, the very beginning of it, they had a cohesive idea,
Mhm.
and they started shooting, and they're like, "Yeah, this is going good. Let's do a fucking shitload of drugs." And then the drugs kicked in.
Let's get a bag of shrooms.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it didn't. Like whatever drugs they took
Gonzo
weren't good
filmmaking.
drugs. They weren't like yay, like where they weren't potentially like enlightening or like curating this vision. It was like they took the harshest, shittiest drug. Like it's
They
like
took the bad
They did a
drugs.
bunch
Yeah.
of bath salts, and they're like, let's see what's gonna happen. Like
In between eating the staff member's head,
Yeah.
they were
Like-
shooting
they're
this
like,
film.
oh no, not the good
it
ones.
just it
it's the
started
bad ones.
like let's say it even
Give us
started
the
at
worst
100
drugs you have.
Like let's say out of 100 it started at a full 100, which it did
Yeah.
not, but let's say it did. By the end, I mean it was at like a 2. Like
Yeah.
it bombed so quick.
Yeah.
You guys are looking for an 8 ball? I don't know. Do we need 8 balls? You know what? Let's treat ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll take 8 balls.
Yeah.
8
Like
bomb.
I was actually just talking.
And I wanted to like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to like it too.
Because
I
I'm
was just
not
talking
worried
with,
about offensive content. Like whatever. I'm
Some
not.
people online about a Serbian film, and
And they're not your friends anymore because they liked it and you didn't.
No. So some of them fucking hated it.
I think the
which was
majority
great.
of people didn't.
A
Honestly.
lot of people hold the same viewpoints as us on it.
Why'd you do bath salts?
Back when a Serbian film came out, there was another extreme Serbian film that came out, Life and Death of a Porno Gang.
Yes, that's supposed to be great.
Which is a lot better. It's a lot grimier.
Yeah.
And it's not... There's actual social commentary. It's not there just to offend. There's definitely some offensive stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But those two movies came out around the same time, and people kept on talking about how Serbian, like extreme Serbian cinema was going to blow up, and it was going to be
really
like this
not.
whole new movement, like the new wave French extremism.
Yeah.
Like it was going to be like this whole thing, like this whole movement. Those are the only two movies that have come out. It's been like
a couple
8
of years.
years
Yeah,
or
it's been a few
something.
years. Yeah.
It's just not going to
Whereas like
happen.
France and Italy are just like, hey, you know what? Here's another great movie. Here's
Yeah.
another great movie. Here's another great movie.
I mean,
Dude,
French horror movies are some of my favorite
High
horror
tension?
movies
French
of all
extremism
time.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
They
Martyrs.
know what.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
martyrs! They know what they're doing.
You want to talk
I still
about
haven't seen the American remake. I never really.
Inside, Frontiers, like
Frontiers was really good. I saw
Frontiers
it.
was
I saw
great.
it. I was working at a movie rental place years ago, and we used to be able to just rent movies for free because I was like, "Oh, you get paid shit, but here's a perk, right?" And so on a whim, I would just pick movies, and I would just go to like the horror section. I'd be like, "That looks okay."
This was my weekend.
Frontiers was one of the ones that I watched.
it was awesome.
and I was like,
it's great.
I was upset
Yeah.
and happy at the same
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
It was really well done. High Tension's incredible.
Oh.
Martyrs is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God.
One like genre of cinema that I am a huge fan of is Korean cinema.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Like I fucking love Korean
I
cinema.
wasn't really into it, and then you started like I had been exposed to it, and then you
Dude.
started showing
Right.
me some
So
shit. I'm
fucking
like, wow.
Old Boy. You know,
You know, the
Boy.
classics.
Old Boy.
Sympathy
Lady,
for Mr. Vengeance.
Lady
we saw at a
Vengeance.
young age.
Did you see Lady Vengeance? Oh
Yeah.
my god! And those are the three. Those are three movies by the same fucking guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're in a trilogy. Like those
And
three
then-
movies are just badass.
I saw the devil.
I saw the devil.
Oh my
was
god,
incredible.
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
good.
That was brilliant.
And not even just horror too, because for me, The Man from Nowhere is an incredible,
That was great.
incredible
Yeah, that was great.
fucking film.
What was
man.
the other one?
Fuck.
You have it.
I bought it. It was like $8,
Oh,
so I bought it. It was great. It's fucking
The one about the assassin.
We're all just
yeah, yeah.
slapping each other. We know what it is.
Oh,
Fucking
Where's your?
it's the same guy who did Man from Nowhere.
Just mixed in there.
Same
Oh,
director. Same director who did Man from
Someone
Nowhere.
giggle-
Isaac will look it up faster than he can
do
find it
some
on our movie
giggling.
shelf. The movie shelf is
I'm trying to remember what it's called.
doing its thing.
Let's have a race.
Isaac will get it because I knew it was the same director, so he's got it.
No Tears for the Dead.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, no.
That was an
Tears-
action film,
Yeah.
but it was fantastic.
But it had
was fun.
emotion. Like it was.
Like not.
But a
Right.
funny thing.
That
More
dude's only
drama,
done 3 movies.
But the funny
What else is
thing
Pro
about
Winter Blues.
the
Put it on the list to check out. Pretty much.
the funny thing about Korean cinema and Korean television is there's such a weird level of censorship.
Oh, yeah.
But it's strange censorship, right? So there's this Korean show called The Voice, and it's not like a singing talent show.
Oh man, you
not
had
like
my
that.
hopes, and now they're dashed.
It's
Dashed
like a
dreams.
procedural.
I had a few, and now they're gone.
It's like a
That just
procedural crime
right
drama.
in the wind.
Okay.
And so it's about this guy and his wife is killed by a serial killer, and he uses a kettlebell, like those the weightlifting things.
Okay.
And it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
a solid piece of metal, and he just smashes her fucking head in. So this guy is a cop, and he's like, I'm gonna find this guy, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And you think that's the premise for the show. Well, it turns out that this other cop has she's a voice profiler, and she has this weird ability to be able to remember and categorize like every fucking voice, noise, like anything she's ever
Like a
heard.
She's got
photographic
photographic
memory
for noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So like if she hears a car driving down the road,
She'll know make, model,
she goes
year.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's
How much gas is in the tank.
Yeah, it's some supernatural shit a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's really cool. But the thing is, it's a super violent show. And the one thing I noticed though is they don't have a problem showing you smashing someone's head in with a kettlebell. That's okay. But then when they show like the corpse, They just blank the face.
Yeah.
Right?
Weird.
Yeah.
So instead of doing like a different kind of shot where they cut away and like it's implied or whatever,
Right.
they show you the corpse and they show you the blood all around the corpse, but the face is
So
blurred
is it like
out.
a cultural
And then-
thing, maybe,
and
like
then-
with not showing?
Well, but the other thing is knives. People get stabbed in that show left and right, but you never see a knife blade. The blade itself, when it's been used as like a murder weapon and there's blood on it and shit, it's blurred out.
Interesting.
Oh,
strange.
it's actually
It's so weird.
Sorry, bud.
No,
I haven't looked into it a ton, but I know that Takashi Miike had a movie, Detective Story, where he censored stuff in it, but it was all kind of commentary on
censorship?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
because he did
This was a TV show.
he
right?
did
Yeah, the
he
one I'm
did the
talking about
TV
is a TV
show
show.
MPD Psycho.
Yep.
Yeah, which I have the
And
trilogy and I still haven't.
Some of that they forced him to blur stuff out. There's like a scene where this woman's head gets turned into a flower pot, and like almost all of it's blurred out.
Makes sense.
So I think with Detective Story, he was like, "Fuck it, they censored me. I'm just gonna
Beat him to it.
put in all kinds
Yeah,
of kitschy
yeah,
censorship."
I'm going to censor this watermelon for no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. Well, it's I don't know.
I mean, those watermelons.
We might think it's weird culturally.
No, it's definitely
and it is strange.
It's definitely a cultural
But,
thing.
like-
But I think it's strange how like on TV.
The face thing
The-
is striking
like, the
me.
face is
Like,
strange.
Well,
I'm
but I think
interested
I don't know.
about
I don't
that.
want to overstate like my knowledge
Right.
or whatever.
Right,
But,
I
like,
have- yeah.
I think it has something to do. It could potentially have something to do with belief, like a belief system.
right.
Right.
The purity of the soul, whatever.
I don't want to. I don't want
Yeah.
to overstep my bounds, like
Right.
and talk about something that I don't really know anything about.
Maybe
Right.
portraying a
But-
dead person will affect the person in real life.
I
Kind of
don't.
thing. Who
I
knows?
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But it could be a cultural.
Once
thing
again,
like
if you're
that.
the one person who's
But
listening to this, please
the-
inform us because that
the
would be really
thing-
good knowledge.
The thing that doesn't make sense though is like why on TV they censor all these things, but then with film they put out some of the most graphic fucking things I've ever seen.
Well, I mean,
And-
it's the same with.
Like I understand it's a different
Same
media.
thing with
American
it's the
TV.
same thing with America.
You can show as much violence as you want, but nudity.
America
but in a
is
movie,
fine. God
no.
forbid there's a nipple.
But my point is like so because
I've never seen a nipple.
Knives, right?
Never.
Yeah.
Just take knives. So on TV they blur the fucking knife blade. They don't like it's like why on TV but not.
Yeah.
It just seems odd.
Well, this is something that we've actually talked a lot about in regards to what's socially acceptable, especially in European cinema, compared to American. And like, sex is a no-go. Like, when we watch The Fountain, which is
Oh yeah.
it
That's
shows
a
a
good
nipple
point.
and it's a
Yeah.
PG-13, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a nipple in a
It was
PG-13.
originally supposed to be R.
It
too.
blows my goddamn
Yeah,
mind
they got away with it because it's
because
very
it's shown briefly and
and
tactfully.
Titanic
It's,
did
it's
it.
such
Yeah.
a
yeah,
it's such a like
is that
and-
PG-13?
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
it's like
Across the
full
universe.
frontal.
So
too.
like, there's you can
Is
say
that-
fuck once in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's a really big deal for parents to not hear their kids, or not have their kids hear the word fuck, or for them not to hear, because if that's how they are, that's fine. Like, once is fine, but twice and suddenly it's an art. Like,
I
come
know.
on, you
Yeah,
just
I
heard
never understood
fuck.
that.
like yeah, it doesn't
Jesus.
seem like
What?
So I think was it
Strange.
Was
The
it,
MPAA does that.
Scarface
Was
like
it-
set the record years ago.
Be
But
Cool? I think with Steven Seagal. It was the sequel to Get Shorty.
Oh,
You're talking about things I don't know.
Okay,
Be
so
Cool.
be
is,
cool at every pawn
Is that
shop
actually
ever.
a sequel to Get Shorty?
It's got
Maybe
Because
not.
Be Cool was like, isn't that about like the record? Like
I don't fucking
Yeah, and, like,
I can
Dwayne-
picture the cover.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson is in
That's
it.
the one.
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
is
So-
like gold, like I can
I-
picture that
Yeah.
cover
What-
right now.
it
And
might
it's
not
at
be a
every
sequel, but the
store
fucking
ever.
the
There's
covers
like 20.
look so
Oh, God,
goddamn
yeah,
similar.
maybe.
20
It's
copies of
ridiculous. But in Be Cool, there's I don't remember exactly what the dialogue is, but someone makes a crack about how movies can only say the F word once.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To get a PG-13 rating. And
Forget what it was, but I remember. Yeah.
Like, and one of the other guys, at some point in the movie, he pretty much explicitly
Censors himself?
he pretty much explicitly says, "This is my one. Fuck you."
Yes. I've seen
I
a
don't
couple
remember
of
the
movies that do
exact
that.
dialogue,
Yeah.
but-
That's
like-
funny.
Yeah.
Like that's goofy.
This is our one!
Like
That's
that's
funny.
that's good.
But I mean,
It's
I
like
remember-
jumping the shark.
Here's
but, like-
the weird thing, because we grew up in like a really Christian household. You know what? That is some meta shit though, and like swearing wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Like action movies all day. Like we weren't allowed to watch R-rated movies for whatever reason. They let us watch certain things, you know, RoboCop and Silence of the Lambs and
Apocalypse Now.
Like I don't know why those were fine. Like in our parents' eyes.
I think it's because our parents, our parents watched those before they became religious and remembered them as not
differently.
being
Yeah,
that bad.
Yeah.
So
when RoboCop's
The original RoboCop
that had an X.
fucking
It had an X
brutal.
rating originally.
The best.
So my
I love
point
that
with it
movie.
was like we weren't allowed to watch R-rated movies, so we'd go to the video rental place and we'd get movies and watch them, and it was always PG-13 or whatever, and like we weren't allowed to even go in the horror section, you know, like that kind of shit. And I want to say it was like Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. They grabbed one time.
Why?
I want to say that was
That's
it.
rated
What was
R,
it?
man.
Corky Romano.
Corky Romano.
Corky
It was Corky
Romano.
Romano.
Just talking about
It
this
was
with Greg
Corky
the other day.
Romano. Yeah.
Corky
It's a PG-13, right? So we're
You
watching
guys
this
are
movie.
so cookie.
I've never even seen the whole thing. So we're watching this movie, though. I have no desire. But we're watching
Whatever
this
happened to
movie,
that
and
guy?
like we're kids, you know. I don't
Chris
remember what it,
Kattan.
and
Yeah.
it just came out. Like I don't remember what year that was or how old we were. So we're watching it, and the dialogue, even though they're not like swearing a ton, you know, they don't say fuck, and there's no like, you know, tons of shit and all that. You know what I mean? Like they're not swearing a
But they're like
boatload.
Goombas, so they use like
But the dialogue in it was so offensive to my parents that they shut the movie off
Oh no.
and brought it back.
Did they complain to like the movie
No.
person like this should not be?
So this is where it's fun because like religious people are like, I don't like swears, and that's fine, good for you.
Yeah.
But like a PG-13, it's PG-13, it's fine. It's gotta be 13 years
Right.
old to see it. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like whatever
you.
age, and like it's so offensive to them that they can't even
what the
watch
fuck
it.
was offensive
And
about Corky
Corky
Romano?
I don't remember.
there is nothing offensive.
And like, isn't okay?
about
The
that
premise
movie.
of Corky Romano isn't it like he's the younger brother who's like not really
I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
like liked by his like
Yeah, he's like
gang,
part of the mob, but he's like
mafia
a
family.
bastard child, basically.
Okay,
but he's the
I-
one who's like all happy and like
Yeah.
it could have just
he's the
been,
black sheep of the
It
mob.
could have been like
family.
Yeah.
heavy
he's like a
innuendo.
dentist or something.
Set them off. You know what I mean? It could have been anything.
The only
like that.
time that my mom has ever done that, and you guys
Was
know,
Clerks.
was Clerks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Right.
But I mean,
and it probably made you
to
love
its-
Clerks more.
To a point,
to-
yes.
to
You were
its-
like 12.
to its
so
credit, that
she
was,
should have shut that off.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Good
If you're
job,
12,
Mom.
it was
yeah.
it was right when they were talking about, well, how many dicks have you sucked? 37
In a row?
I'm 37, and my mom just flew off that fucking couch. I've never seen her move so fast, and I was just like, I need
I'm
this.
honestly surprised you got that deep into it.
I need this.
Yeah.
yeah, but like for most
Seriously.
of the movie, like I don't think she was actually in the room with me.
Ah, okay.
Like it was playing in the living room, and she was like doing other shit. And
Making
she,
you
like,
some nice pizza rolls
She was
or
making
something?
like I don't
Pizza
know, making
rolls.
some.
Tostino's
She was making some
pizza
fat kid
rolls.
food for me to eat because I only eat fat kid food. And
chicken fingers and pepperonis and chicken fingers.
and then so she
pepperonis.
came in and sat down, and it was when Dante
Stacks
was
on
asking,
stacks.
"How many dicks have you sucked?" And she just was kind of like, "Wait, what are we watching?"
Yeah. What did I rent for your eyes?
Yeah. And that was hilarious.
But that was like I remember that as a kid and realizing like dude, you showed me fucking Silence of the Lambs like within the last year.
Yeah.
But Corky Romano is apparently like a no-go.
Would you fuck me?
Like-
fuck me. I'd fuck me hard.
What? Oh, yeah, we used to go to the library and rent RoboCop on like a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Pick it up for free on
RoboCop on
VHS. Library.
VHS.
Boom, RoboCop.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
People
it's
getting
robots.
blown apart left
but
and right.
Yeah. Guts and fucking explosions.
A
Cool.
lot of language
Little
in that,
little
too.
bit. Yeah, I
Lot of
know.
fucking
Seriously.
language.
But a little
you,
bit
fuck
of
you.
innuendo,
Yeah.
sexuality,
Me.
the natural thing that, comes with
Being a
being
human?
alive.
Yeah.
Not even a human. Fucking
Right.
animal.
That's
Like,
true.
Just breathing and sex is part of your life,
Well, okay, can we talk about the fact that there's a guy who has been hired by Disney to paint the buttholes out of animals in their live action movies?
Are you serious?
Watch a Disney live action movie.
Wait, that's a thing?
No
There's
Are you
no
fucking
butthole.
serious?
No butthole?
No beehole.
No butthole. gone.
Wow.
Like his job
Nothing.
is
Cat,
I
no.
wonder how
Dog,
much that guy gets paid.
It's Homeward
That's like-
Bound Disney.
that's like a
I guarantee
defining-
you there's no buttholes in that.
Homeward Bound is a Disney film.
No
That's,
butthole.
I mean, that's kind of like a defining
How do I
feature of a
Google
cat.
that?
You can't get rid of
I know.
How
that.
do I Google that? Disney butthole?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't do that.
Disney butthole
Disney-
guy.
No, Disney no
I
butthole
Googled
rule. Disney no butthole rule. Now we're just patiently waiting for the
Yeah,
response.
I
I'm
know.
hoping I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you don't see
Sound of silence.
The sound of buttholes. Gotta get that
Get
like.
sucked.
Well, but then that's a little bit more Metallica. It's
Yeah.
the sound of silence. Oh,
wow.
You did it. You do pretty good. Yeah, scratch that. Fucking garbage folder.
Do we have confirmation on the buttholes?
I can't find anything.
You can't find the buttholes because they don't exist.
They don't exist. The buttholes are gone.
Disney
Conspiracy.
no butthole
Rule.
rule.
I'm telling you,
But then
that's
there's
what you
all
need to
those
do.
like
how do they-
conspiracy fan
how do they
theories where
diff-
it's like
how do
dicks
they
in the
di-
clouds and that
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
shit.
no,
you know?
but some of those.
No,
are
I
fucking
mean
true, man.
the priest in the Little Mermaid
I can't
definitely has a
I
butthole.
can't say whether it's true or not, but it's definitely.
I don't
Dude,
see the
questionable.
sex written in the stars. In.
No,
Yeah,
I
no.
don't see that.
Some of
That's
them.
reaching.
That's reaching.
Some of them
You
are
find
questionable, but some of them are just straight up fucking blatant.
Yeah.
Like the
Well-
cover of the Little Mermaid, dude. That's dicks for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dicks for days. You got a dick castle that
And
you
that's-
live in
that's not-
under the sea.
I don't think
It's a
that's
dick
not
castle.
Disney trying to plant.
No, that's the animators.
that's
That's the animators being like.
Yeah, I get paid to draw dicks.
I mean, honestly,
I'm sick of drawing this crap. I'm
I
gonna draw
can't
big old
say
thing.
if I was an anime, I can't say I would do the same.
Of course you would.
Of course you would,
if you could get away with it, and
sure.
they did get away with it for a long fucking time.
because the internet didn't exist.
Can't find it. There's no information online.
One
They
of the-
scrubbed the internet.
Don't
with the
even-
Disney
They've scrubbed
butthole.
it.
Disney scrubbed the
Seriously.
internet.
They scrubbed the butthole.
Yeah, that's what our future
Disney
podcast
bleached
should
that
be.
butt.
Disney conspiracies. But that's the only one that really intrigues me is the butthole.
Yeah, that's
They
about it.
bleached the internet's butthole.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
That's crazy.
They got a nice butthole
They
cleanse.
just straight like just acid washed right off.
Acid
But you know what? You know,
They all look like
the blatant
bamboos.
racism and sexism in Disney was always fine.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They're starting to change that, but
I never
they're-
really noticed how bad it was until I went back and I think a couple
as
years
like an
ago.
adult.
Yeah, you revisit
a
it.
couple years ago, I watched the movie Dumbo.
Oh
And
yeah.
So
in the beginning
racist.
of that movie, when they're
Oh,
putting this circus
yeah.
together, and it's just all African American people.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
all
It's
black
fucked
people,
up.
and they're just building this circus and singing
It's so
slave
bad.
songs.
Yeah.
And like, I was watching it and I was just like mortified. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? How did this get past?
But it's
anybody?
a classic. It's a
But
classic,
you know what? It
right?
came out in like 1940. That's why it's okay, right? It's just
Yeah,
so-
like you can't.
it's fucked. Like to be able to look at that through the lens of
No,
today.
you're a
Like-
snowflake for being offended by the classic.
fucking
Oh my
snowflake.
God.
Get out of
I
here.
know.
bro, like,
Like, what the
Flake.
fuck? Come on.
Yeah.
No, it's always been wrong and stupid.
yeah, it's always been
Yeah.
wrong.
Society has now gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? It is wrong and stupid, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. You fucking racist.
Like
Stop it.
that was one of the most blatant.
What is the early
things
Disney
I-
one?
With the crows?
The
Pinocchio?
patch something. Oh.
I can't remember the crows, the little magpies. Magpies.
Yeah.
No,
they were all right.
Well, Well, that's essentially the
What was the-
Jim Crow laws.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
No, Melissa has a copy of it, and she was like, "Oh, maybe you can sell this on eBay."
Fucking Song of the South.
Okay, Song of the South. Well, I said like, "Oh, maybe that's good for like burning," and she thought I
Or maybe
I
you
meant
should
like
burn that.
Yeah, I was like, maybe you should burn that.
straight up.
And she thought I meant like burn it and make copies.
Like, onto, like, a
I meant
DVD
like
or whatever.
bonfire.
Yeah,
like throw it
Like,
into your
light it on
like
fire.
light it
yeah.
on fire. Anyway, but yeah, super racist.
That's just crazy. It's crazy to me when you.
But
go back and you
Disney
look
gets
at
a
these
pass,
things.
you know.
Yeah, but why?
And it's hard because
You
like
know?
part of me is like I want to love Disney. Like
Oh, they're fucking awful. I mean, he was a
He was a bigot.
He was a bigot, an anti-Semite. He was
Yeah, sure.
awful. Like
I mean,
that's just
they've
like
certainly got better.
Oh,
they have.
yeah.
They're trying.
Yeah. Like you
Um,
don't see that kind of shit.
they
Really.
they do a lot of good things too.
Yeah.
A lot of good things. So
Of course.
it's
Don't
hard.
sue us.
They're
Oh,
not, no,
sure.
they're not
I
even-
know. No one's
they're
gonna
not
ever
even
hear
listening.
that. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No one's listening.
The ghost of
True.
Walt
The
Disney
ghost
is
of Walt
listening.
Disney is listening.
Disney, Mr. Walt Disney.
Please don't sue us.
Haunted Mansion.
Mr. Ghostman.
I don't know. I think we're talking great about Disney. I think they might sponsor our next podcast.
I doubt
Yeah, that sounds like something they do.
Tell us about the buttholes, Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
we
tell us
We
more?
need
know.
to
There's no
know.
buttholes?
They're cover. It's a cover up.
It is. Oh.
I see what you did there.
Puns.
We talked about movies for about an hour.
Has it been an hour?
Has it been?
How long does it say? There's
it's
many
3:30
seconds.
right now.
It's been 2,900 seconds.
That's a lot.
No, it's not actual seconds.
not seconds.
It's measures.
It's measures. Yeah,
It's been 2,900 measures.
it's a fair amount of measures. It's actually 29,000. No, it's 100.
Yeah, it's 2,900.
I don't know how to use
I
this
don't know.
shit.
I should have timed it. What does that mean? That means something.
I don't know.
Well,
That all
that's the
means
same.
something.
We clearly know what we're doing, so it's all good.
You see our new doll we got at Goodwill?
Yeah, that's a creepy fucking
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I love that doll.
That would haunt me.
It's really
That
nice.
one I got at Salvation Army.
The stumpy owl or the weird clown?
No,
No, the weird
nun.
clown we got at Salvation Army too. That's
They-
actually that's a piece of art technically. I could sell it for
Yeah.
like $200. I got it for like $2, and I'm
Yeah.
keeping it 'cause it's creepy as shit.
Wait, you could sell it for 200.
It's
Yeah,
a
they're
paper towel
hand-numbered.
holder.
Jen thought it was a paper towel holder, and then we
It
looked it
looks
up.
like
and
one.
it's a clown on a stick. It's hand numbered and signed by the artist. It's
Yeah.
apparently a thing. But no, the creepy nun.
The nun that I got, I bought it at
Oh,
Salvation
yeah.
Army. in
No,
the,
you got that at St. Vincent.
No, sorry, St. Vincent, and they
That-
loved me
that-
there, and
that
they
is-
love me even
Then we
more
got
now that I
Cardboard
bought
Baby.
that.
You guys just kill me with the fucking shit you have on your shelves.
I'm gonna buy that
Weird.
elf lamp.
You got like
I gotta buy that elf lamp.
Yeah, you-
If it's still there,
you're
right
not,
there.
If it's still
it's
there,
not gonna
it's
be
mine.
there.
But
It's not gonna be
I
there.
will only.
You really think that's a hot item? A handmade elf lamp? Made out of fucking wood
we live in.
paneling?
It's
Sell
New
it for
Hampshire,
days.
man. I don't know.
Oh, we like creepy shit. Of course we do.
I don't know. I
Gonna
mean-
do not have creepy shit.
We can talk
I
about
think
the,
that-
dog, the
I
dog
think
The
painting.
dog
Oh, the
painting
dog
is the cream of the
painting.
crop, though. That's the cream of the crop.
I don't know how you
People can't
discuss.
see this, so it doesn't matter.
I could take a picture and
This-
put it as the picture for the podcast.
That's actually
That sounds like a good idea.
Great.
I already have a picture of it on my phone. You don't need to hold it up.
Gorgeous.
This is what we need to get a picture of.
Sad but true. Okay, hold on.
Can that be the name of our podcast?
Sad but true. Yes, there we go. All right, I'm zooming in. Don't move.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, my face! You see this big one we got though, Sean? It was a buck. It's pretty fucking cool.
Wow, the perspective is really off on this painting.
Oh! Yeah, no,
I mean, everything's off.
It's very high school Van Gogh.
potentially, I don't know. It's well framed. It's well matted. Like someone spent some money to do that. You know, it must be.
No, I mean the art style.
Yeah, yeah.
The art
So-
style.
Reminds me of what's his name? I said it. The fucking Black Star documentary.
I've just realized.
Isaac, help me out. Black Star documentary. No, fucking Emerson Lake and Palmer cover.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The artist from Europe. I don't remember what country.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Style.
Are you talking about Francis Bacon?
No, but
Oh.
it is kind of bacony. What's the?
It is kind of bacon.
I know. We were
It's a
talking
little
about
Kevin
Isaac.
Bacon.
Cover of. The drummer from Celtic Frost was his assistant in the documentary.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
H.R.
that-
Geiger.
H.R.
H.R.
Geiger. It's kind of Geiger-ish.
I
Giger. It's
don't.
actually Giger,
I don't
believe.
see that.
I think it's
But
mainly
colorful,
just the
but
profile.
colorful.
Yeah, the
profile.
the
So
working on
can
the
we
human
talk?
form.
Okay, so
kind of thing,
Yeah,
you know,
maybe,
yeah.
the people, whoever is listening
Color
to this,
palette's not right. No
this
one-
picture
no
is
one's listening.
the front, so you know what we're talking about. The dog, I think I figured out what's messing me up with his face.
Everything.
It has
The
bangs.
eyes?
He's got the hair of the guy from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
great movie.
yeah.
Well, we were
Yeah.
talking about it, and I think it's
He's
either
got a human dog face.
yeah, it's either like a in memory of like a mother and a dog, or maybe a father and a dog that like died in a car
No,
accident.
it's the
Well, that's-
Princess
It's the Princess Diana dog. That's what I said this
That-
morning. Yeah,
it's,
it's in memory of Princess Di.
It's a Bowser. It's a Bowser. It's a dog that looks like their owner.
Like, why does it have bangs?
Because they
Why
got
does it
cut
have
way.
that creepy smile?
Ah!
Why does it have the soulless eyes?
And that-
This is so.
and
that-
the
Talk
weird
about Uncanny Valley,
just hole in
like-
its face that's supposed to
Why
be a
does it
nose.
have a
Mind your
hole?
own
Oh,
fuckhole.
that's its beautiful button nose.
It's
you
got
fucking
smile
moron.
lines, like in a
twat.
beard. I
Yeah.
don't. It's so confusing.
Looks like the guy at the gas station that just sold me my energy drink.
Androgynous Princess Die Dog.
Yeah.
It looks like Mark Hamill in the first Star Wars
Oh my
movie.
God, it does. Look at that janky crown.
It literally.
Although I do have to say,
If I went to
It's
an
unfinished,
adoption
too.
center though, and I saw that dog,
I'd buy that.
I'd buy that.
I
dog.
would 100%
I would take
buy
that dog.
dog.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And I'd name him
Princess Diana.
Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck maybe or something like that.
I'd name him Chuck.
I'd get a dog with a human face.
yeah. Like in that corn video.
I'd just name it Sadness. Come here, Sadness.
The Antwoord music video, the bulldog.
Oh yeah.
Pitbull Terrier.
Pitbull Terrier, yeah.
Pitbull Terrier.
That's what that is. That's a Pitbull Terrier. The hair's grown out.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
They just put a wig on a pit bull terrier.
Pitbull Terrier.
Oh.
I think we're done.
Should we put a pin in this?
Yeah, put a lot of things on top of
Put all
it.
the
Bury
pins.
it
Put
deep
all the
inside of your.
swords. Put all the knives. The blurred out knives. Right in this dumb fucking face.
Stick it in the junk drawer.
Can't show the face either, so it'll just be a big old blur.
Yeah, blurry face. Oh, now I can't say that.
God.
We're gonna get sued.
I don't want to hear that. Oh, now it's stuck in my fucking head.
You guys are too worried about getting sued.
I don't care.
I am
Nobody
never worried.
Take
about
it,
that.
ain't got
Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh wait, no. So law pod.
Blah, blah, blah's log blog.
Yeah. Law pod.
No, it's definitely sad but true.
Okay, so we don't have listeners, so we need to come up with a question for a listener to ask us.
Did you listen to this? Let us know. Thank you.
Was it sad but also kind of true?
It was certainly sad.
We need user questions.
Should we stop?
We need people to ask
Don't
us
ask
for
that
for
because
advice.
the internet will say yes.
Should I kill myself?
The internet will say yes.
Yes.
Come up with a better one. I already know that answer.
Yeah. Maybe.
What would you? What would
With
you?
3 E's and 8 question marks.
Yeah.
What would you rather hear us fucking rant about?
That's true. That's
Yeah.
a good question. If
Because
anybody.
We'll probably fail.
This episode, we ranted for a really long time about movies, which was probably somewhat unintentional.
Easy.
Yeah.
But it's
easy.
It's easy for us because
not hard.
we all kind of have an appreciation for film.
I mean, our original thought was to rant about the Baja car.
Yeah. Because
see-
it is the champion of vehicles.
It is.
the Baja.
It's the worst and best.
It's the best
car.
at carrying tall things.
Sure.
The Baja bit would be great as an animated short.
Yeah.
It really would be.
But we don't know how to animate.
It'd be fucking hilarious as an animated short, but
We're like a Tim and Eric sketch.
yeah.
Yeah, like something like that.
But we don't have a green screen. We don't have talent
Or money.
or money.
Yeah. So we just talk.
So this is kind of what you get.
Yeah.
All right, it's been a fun 4 hours. Hope you've listened to the whole thing.
Never forget.
Never forget, Seb, true.
Keep regretting your choices.
Bye.